Alright, everybody, welcome to round 3. And yeah, I don't know. Probably gonna keep this, but I'm not gonna be happy about it. I don't think it's worth going to 6 cards. And our opponent has gone to 6. And does this mean another Marvel deck? Yeah, let's just go ahead and play Quagmire. Next turn we'll play Constrictor. Constrictor, kill something. Sure. Interesting. Alright. May as well put this straight into the graveyard because it's about to get Harness Lightning and or censored. Could get censored. Getting censored feels bad. Does not decide to censor. Instead we'll Harness Lightning. We should go ahead and mark down that he has censor in hand because he most likely does. What we got here? Rogue Refiner. Ooh, or the Virtuoso. Okay. I think I may fire off this Never to Return. Oh wait, I can't. Never mind, scratch that. It's gonna be Quagmire Grimflyer. Is there a better play than that? I don't think so. Let's see what we got here. I smell Harness Lightning and or a Rogue. Oh, Tune with Ether. Okay. Yep. And we'll Harness Lightning. Got Harness Lightning. Oh, he's got a Mountain in hand. Ooh, interesting. Very interesting. So he can create one Thopter, correct? Pardon me, I think firing off this Never to Return is not a bad idea. Next turn I can play Liliana, kill the Thopter if he decides to make one. And then it also keeps him off of energy for Marvel. Let's do it. I'm in. And I get to set up my graveyard in the top of my library. Provided he doesn't have that second Harness Lightning we all talked about. Ooh, interesting. It's connecting. Oh, wow. Okay. Well, I definitely want the Deliverance. I'm gonna bin, as much as this is gonna suck, I'm gonna bin the land. Because it's gonna... No, it doesn't get me to the Delirium. It will when I play an instant. I don't think I need the Never to Return, though. But I'm gonna keep this on top. So because of the fact that my opponent didn't make a Thopter, that leads me to believe he's saving his energy for Marvel, which is why they're not actually playing it. So in hand they do have the Marvel. So I have sorceries. Okay. So I think what I want to do is I'm going to attack with Grimflare first. I'm not using Traverse this turn. I'm going to set up my library. I wish I could just discard this Fatal Push. What do we have here? Oh, animated Lumbering Falls, eh? Interesting. Okay, new plan. He's gonna go to block. And I'm going to cycle Dissenter's Deliverance. Then play Liliana. Awesome. So I found a land too, which is sweet. And I still get to sit at the top of my library. If it's good, I'm not going to crack the wilds. Ooh, okay. I don't think I want any of these. As much as I like Kalidas, I don't think it has much use in this matchup. So we're going to bin everything. I'm free and clear to crack the wilds, which is nice. And I get to play Liliana. I don't know if it was correct binning the Kalidas. It could have been, could have not been. I am going to crack this though. So next turn, I can traverse for something, which could be cool. Let's see what they do though. I'm just going to run out. Oh, run out the Virtuoso. Okay. So, gotta remember that Marvel is online now. Is there any way I can deal with it? Did find another Liliana, eh? That's unfortunate. What can I traverse for? Anything good? I don't have a way to draw a card here. I think I'm gonna uptick Virtuoso first and foremost. Get in a hit with Grim Flare. Either way, I'm gonna have to defend against a Marvel hit. Or I'm gonna have to err on the side of caution. Okay, so I found the Dissenter's Deliverance, which is nice. So I'm gonna keep it on top. I'm not gonna shuffle anything. I'll just play the Whiny Constrictor and say pass. Leave up Fatal Push. Yeah. Watch, he's not gonna. If he doesn't create a Thopter here, he definitely has Marvel in hand. And remember, he still has that sensor I talked about. Okay, it's just straight up a tune. Okay, I guess he can create a Thopter now. Let's get rid of this. Oh wow, does he not have Marvel? Really? That doesn't make any sense to me. Wow. Okay. Hmm. I think I just uptick. Keep the pressure on. Nothing, eh? I think we'll leave a Grim Flare on top. And just say go. Interesting. Do they not know what Whirler Virtuoso does? Because part of me thinks that they don't. Do they have a Gear Hulk in hand? If they have a Gear Hulk in hand, they get Harness Lightning back. And I can kill it. Which I probably will, just FYI. Oh, they just have the Harness Lightning. Okay. Now I'm going to Fatal Push this. See how many Thopters they want to make. Just one? They hoping to top deck Marvel? Okay, they are. Alright. So we'll play the Grim Flare. We got lethal on board this next turn. And we just need a Fatal Marvel draw. And I think they conceded. Magic Online did their weird freezing thing. Okay. Alright, let's go sideboard. I'm not 100% sure if I played that game properly. There was definitely a few different lines I could have taken. Okay, so I like these. They don't seem to. I don't think they have servants. I think they're going to be the spell heavy version. So Fatal Pushes are out. Kalidas is out. Walking Ballistas aren't particularly great. Let's bring in these 7 cards. Liliana seemed awesome. They bring in those Tireless Trackers. I like most of this. Nissa doesn't seem all that great. And then I'll cut one more Walking Ballista and bring in the Never to Return. Because you can't let those Tireless Trackers get out of control. This hand is phenomenal. You know, aside from the lack of hate cards. No reason to traverse with all these lands in hand. Nice. Alright, let's go ahead and we'll get this Grim Flare online. Rogue Refiner? Yep. Okay. He does have 6 mana available, or sorry, 6 energy available. With the 4th, I think I actually just run out the Tireless Tracker here and be okay with it. Do I swing is the question. Am I okay trading these things? It's just because I have a lack of removal in hand. If he wants to tap out for Marvel Spin, try and hit Ulamog, I'm okay with that. Like, I can't do anything about it. And I'm going to need him to whiff on it. And I'm not very close to Delirium. So I'm okay swinging here. Yeah, I'll take that trade. It might have been incorrect, but I like keeping his board clear, especially when he had the play. And with the lack of removal I have. So he's going to play Marvel here. Oh, he's just going to Harness Lightning my tracker. Okay. Interesting. It's a little surprising. Never to return. Okay. So I think what I do here is I play Winding Constrictor. I traverse. Get another forest. Just make sure I hit those land drops next turn, so I can play Verter's Gearhulk and start putting the pressure on. Cycle Sensor. Yeah. Okay, so this is the spell heavy version. So boarding out the pushes was a good call. So I'm thinking that he doesn't have Marvel. If he did, it would be on the table already. Sure. Play as many of those. Like I just want those out of your deck. I hate that card. Always seem to have it. Okay, so just to maybe play around another sensor, I'll play the Grim Flare and just say go. Once I get the instant in the yard, I'm one card away. Okay, so he doesn't have another sensor. At least this way I have some glimmer. Okay. Either way, I can't, like, unless I draw Dispossess here, I have no way of um, stopping him from spinning a Marvel. So it's in my best interest just to. So this is going to become a 4. They're both going to be 4/4, so I'll put 2 and 2 on each. They both have trample. I'm banking on the fact that I'm going to get Delirium here. And I want to spread out the power between my threats. If I put land sorcery in the yard, that doesn't do it. So I'm gonna bin the 2 lands for sure. And I think I'm gonna leave the transgress. He just glimmered, so I mean I think it's if he ends up playing a Marvel here or whatever, I have to deal with a spin for Ulamog. Next turn I have Dissenter's Deliverance and Transgress the Mind. I have 2 decently powerful threats on the field. What does he have in hand? There's a chance he has a Chandra in hand, which I should have played around. I should have put an extra counter on my Grim Flare. Probably has a. If I had to guess, I'd say he's got 1 Ulamog in hand. If we're lucky, he has 2. Yeah, this is interesting. You don't often see a main phase Glimmer. That is generally a good sign. He's not at 6 mana yet either, so unless he has, I'm not quite sure. I'm pretty sure, yeah, he definitely played a land this turn because he tapped out for Glimmer last turn. So Chandra is actually out of the question this one, so we do have another shot at hitting Delirium. Not to mention we get to look at his hand next turn. Okay. He's going to kill the Green Flare. Okay. Well, that's a little unfortunate, but I'm not unhappy with that. I don't want to waste an attack on this Chandra. So we're just going to kill it. We're going to transgress. Let's see what he's got here. Yeah, okay, so he has 2 Ulamogs in hand. Which is great for us. I don't know if I care about the Warlord Virtuoso because I have a 6/6 Trampler. Is that right? Yeah, I have a 6/6 Trampler. The question is, so it's going to be between Tracker or Glimmer. Either way, things get him cards. And Tracker is something that I have to deal with on the board. and could be more problematic over the course of the game. So I think I'm just going to take the tracker. Part of me wants to cycle this Dissenter's Deliverance. Not going to lie. Of note, he did not have a land for Tireless Tracker, um, but I don't think that makes a huge difference. So you're going to main phase Glimmer? Oh, he found the Marvel! Okay, alright. I'm not unhappy with that, considering he has 2 Ulamogs in hand. He found one. Are you serious? God, that's so unlucky. I do have a To the Slaughter I can top deck here. So I'm not gonna pack it in just yet. I wish I had an untapped land. Because then I could flashback return. I'm fine waiting one more turn for this Ulamog because I do have an answer to it. If he decides to play Virtuoso here instead of Glimmer, then it becomes a little bit worse. Let's see what he exiled here. Did he? He exiled my To the Slaughter. So now there is no chance I have at beating him this game, even though he's at 13. Yeah, because if I play creature, I have to, so I'm just going to concede. That's unfortunate. 2 Ulamogs in hand, he spins Ulamog. Sometimes it's how the Team or Marvel deck works. I think I'm okay with this configuration. I didn't really, I don't think there's anything too much I want to change. It might seem redundant running both Dispossess and Dissenter's Deliverance, but the issue is if you don't see your Dispossess, like I did in that game, and they do land a Marvel, you need to answer that, or else they're just gonna run away with the game. Yes, this looks good. I think what I'm gonna do though is traverse. I'm gonna traverse for a swamp, go transgress, and then kind of go from there. I think like playing tracker on turn 4 and then dropping the hissing quagmire is not a bad way to go. So I think, and like we're not close to delirium here, so let's go get a swamp. Play swamp, we'll transgress, reevaluate. Oh, that's a nice draw. Interesting. Like, I know he's really far away from Confiscation Coop, but no, I think the best is just getting rid of this Rogue Refiner. So he doesn't actually have a play next turn, which is nice. I think what I'm gonna want to do though is play the tracker. Ooh, or Nissa. Now we're talking. Play Nissa. Uptick Nissa. Then next turn I can tracker and clue. So he's gonna play his Rogue Refiner. I'm okay with that. I don't have a 1-mana play, so I think now's the time to get the Quagmire down. And then I got a couple of removal spells. So we're looking okay here. I do have to be wary of Confiscation Coup. I don't. Yeah, maybe. I'm not quite sure if I would attack if I were him. Like, it's nice keeping the plants off the board, but I'm obviously going to chump block it. Sure, you can play your tireless tracker. Because I am going to slam kill it right now. I think I'll make a plant. I have nothing better to do with my mana, so I think I'm just going to crack a clue, get in for some more damage, keep the pressure on. Just because the Confiscation Coup is something I gotta be wary of. He's missing land drops. Okay, so he hit a land drop. Three oh no, he played the Rogue Refiner, so we only have two cards that we know about. Sure. He's far away from Chandra Flamecaller too. Um, if he draws an untapped blue source here, I'm in trouble. Um, all right. So let's crack a clue. See what we find. I would really like to find Transgress here. That would be a great draw. Okay. I think I'm gonna never this. He's two hard red mana away from Chandra Flamecaller. So let's get in for 5. Next turn I have Nissa Ultimate. If he finds the untapped blue source, that's really unfortunate, but I do have 2 the slaughter. As much as that's gonna suck. I do get to draw 7, gain 7 though, which is nice. Okay, so he didn't find it, which is good. But he has a Harness Lightning. Okay, alright. I can deal with that. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to draw 7, gain 7. Awesome. This looks great. So we can play another tracker and another play Grinflayer. We can play Liliana. I don't necessarily care about playing Liliana. I wouldn't mind getting a tracker on the field though. We still only have 3 card types, so and we got to be wary if he draws another untapped red source. Down is going to come Chandra Flamecaller, which means I think Nissa is probably a good. No, you know what? Am I okay with him just binning his own Chandra? I can't believe I didn't draw any hand hate here. This is a tough play. This is a tough play. Maybe I shouldn't have laid the tracker down. Okay, I think. Jeez, this is tough. I think I'm just gonna play Liliana. And we'll say go. This also plays around Sensor, by the way. Yeah, he's most likely just gonna crack the puzzle on end of turn. And we know he's got Confiscation Coup, Chandra Flamecaller, and one unknown in hand. Do I have to discard? I think I do. Oh, that's nice though. This is gonna get me Delirium. Sure. Because I'm going to discard one of these Blooming Marshes, and we're at Delirium. I would have really liked a Windy Constrictor here. Sure, that's fine. Does he have a land? Oh, he doesn't have a land, okay. Transgress, that's what I was looking for. Okay. So, I'm actually going to start by getting a clue. And now we're going to transgress. Okay. So what do I hate more? This is very interesting. He can't cast either of these things. I think I'm going to take Confiscation Coup. So now he has those two cards in hand. They do nothing. I'm going to uptick on the Tireless Tracker. Play Grimflare. Play Nissa. Downtick. And swing. So even if he draws a Nissa, or even if he draws a red source, he's still got a ton of stuff to deal with. And I have this To the Slaughter in hand. Find a Rogue Refiner. Glimmer, okay. He's going to try and find a land, specifically a red source. I really should be looking at where he put these cards, but if he hasn't played a land by now. Okay, there it is. So he does have his red source. He's got one unknown in hand. As long as it's not a Harness Lightning, it should be okay. That thing is still going to have 0 power, so I'm not really worried about it. Windy Constrictor is nice. Okay, so what can I do here? I'm going to start by upticking here. I want to make sure I have 3. Okay, so I can actually play Windy Constrictor, Rishkar, and leave up To the Slaughter. tracker, and this. So this gets them out of range of Chandra. I don't need any of these. We'll make a plant. Yeah, oh, he's gonna crack his clue. Okay. I think we got this game. Like he can't even Lulmog doesn't save him at this point. Marvel doesn't save him. All right, we got there. So I think I played that game decently well actually. That was game required a lot of thought. I think it was correct taking the confiscation coup over the Chandra. I think that was probably our biggest decision we had to make. Um, Especially because I knew I could get all my creatures above 4, or at least some of them above 4 toughness. So in order to wipe my board, he would have had to banish Chandra, and I still would have been left with a bunch of threats. All right, 2 and 1. I will see you guys in round 4.